Hi, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to access the course material. So I'm going to start with a slideshow, and this is through Knewton, who is facilitating the course instruction for this. So this is Knewton Alta, and I did not create this. This is taken directly from Alta. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to register. So it says here on this PowerPoint, you're going to get a course link from your instructor, that's me. And on the main D2L page here, there is a course link right here. So this is the course link that you'll use, and you're going to set up an account. So you're going to click on that link, and it's going to take you to this page here, which says create an account. Now, they recommend that you use your school email address. I'm going to also recommend that you use your school email address. So use your name, your school email address there. That way you don't get lots of spam mail in your personal email. And if they sell your information to somebody else, then it's not really your problem, it's the school's problem. So use a school email for that, but it is up to you. I will be sending out emails to your school email address. That's where I'm going to be sending my communication to. So again, I recommend you use your school email for that. And then you're going to sign in. And the way I understand it is that when you sign in and you've got your link, your course link, you're going to be able to see everything in the course, all the assignments, all the practice tests that are on there, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But you won't be able to click on anything. You won't be able to access any of the instruction. You won't be able to see any of the problems until you click at the top where it says purchase. This is where you purchase your subscription to Knewton. This is where they get their money. So you're buying the textbook, so to speak. There are 2 to 3 options. If you use the bookstore, if you went through the bookstore, you've already purchased it, and you're going to get a code. And that's where you would go here, is you would enter that code. So if you bought a code through the bookstore, you enter it here. If you're buying it directly from the Knewton website, you have 2 options. You have a monthly plan or a one-time purchase. This course, Just Calc 2, is about 4 months. September, October, November, December, 4 months. So that's about 40 bucks. Your one-time purchase is a 2-year access. It's a little bit more. It's up to you. I don't care. I have no stake in this. It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. But I'll let you decide how you want to work that. If you want to do monthly plan and just pay as you go once a month, or if you want to just go for the 2-year access and maybe you'll have another class next fall that also uses Knewton. I'm not sure. So those are your options for that. Then once you can start working through the material, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. A little bit, I'm going to go back in here, I guess, a little bit about instruction. There are a couple ways that you can access the instruction, and this will make more sense on the actual website, but you can click more instruction. In fact, I'll say that. You can click on more instruction for each individual problem, and it'll show you some instruction there, and I'll let you see what that looks like here in a minute. If you have problems, if the question isn't clear, if you don't like the way the question is stated, if you don't like the answer choices, if you don't think there's a correct answer to begin with, that's a Knewton issue. You can also email me, but where it says at the top, content feedback, there's a typo. There's incorrect answers. I need a better explanation. I don't see this. So if you click where it says content feedback and you click any of these and you submit it, that does not go to me. That goes to Knewton. And it's great for them to see it. So there's nothing wrong with you using that, but know that I don't see it. And so I'm not sure how their process is for getting there. When I messaged them and said, there's a problem with this question, I've gotten a response within a couple days. But that, again, doesn't go to me. So if you do have a question about the problem, email me with your issue, and I will try and help you with that, or I will help you with that. Another thing that you can do, and I think I can get rid of my face here, is there's going to be this little smiley face thing. If you're having technical issues, it's the script doesn't look the same. I can't see the equation. I can't see the integral. If there are problems where you're clicking and nothing is happening. So if there are technical issues, don't tell me because, well, you can, I guess, but I won't be able to help you with that. That's not something that I'm going to be able to work with your computer and figure out what's going on with the system. Knewton will be a great resource for that. So Knewton is going to help you if you click on that and if you have technical issues. And so please let them know if the computer is not working, if the program isn't working, the software isn't connecting correctly. Click on this link here and you can chat with somebody about fixing that material right away. So you can tell me if you want, but they're going to be more helpful there. So Alta, or Knewton Alta, the idea is for it to save you time and to give you some very targeted learning. What that really equates to is kind of what I alluded to earlier in a different video, where you have a range of questions that you can get. And it's personalized to you, where you are asking or you're answering questions. If you are getting it right, it moves you on. If you're getting it wrong, it's going to generate a new question based on the one you got wrong. So it'll be a similar problem. And it'll do that a couple of times, where you get new questions based on the ones that you got wrong. However, eventually, if you get enough of them wrong, even if you get one or two right in the meantime, if you get enough of them wrong, it's going to start reverting you back. So Knewton has classes in Calc 1, College Algebra, Algebra 2. They've got lots of different classes. They're going to start pushing you back into earlier material because it's seeing that you're getting these problems wrong and you probably need some remediation. So don't just click. Some of them are not multiple choice. You have to fill in the blank. Some of them are multiple choice. Don't just guess, because if you guess and guess and guess until you get one right, it's going to start to push you back further and further and further and further and further. You might get it might be a 60 question assignment because it's going to keep pushing you back and making you build your way back up. So if you're struggling, if you're getting questions wrong over and over again, don't just keep going. Don't just try and muscle it through until you get it right. Ask for help, because it will save you time. Going back to this saves you time. If you email and say, okay, I'm really struggling with this concept, can you help me? You can move on to another lesson. That's fine. Come back to the one that you're struggling with. But don't just keep on guessing. It'll make your life harder. And that's kind of what this says. Click on more instruction. I will mention this. If you click on more instruction, it won't hurt your progress. So clicking on more instruction doesn't add more and more and more questions to your assignment. All right, let's look at see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like from the student end. You can see here are the lessons. There are some practice tests. So when you get to a practice test, you can take this. It does not count towards your grade. You do not get any score one way or the other on the practice test. It doesn't help you, it doesn't hurt you. So you can take that practice test. There's also a review here that you can look at. This is where you would need to then take the first test. Now, if you take maybe two tests at the same time, it's up to you. I guess I don't recommend getting too far along before you actually take the test, but this is the material that will be on the first test. And the first test that you go and get proctored at your facility, at your site, will look similar to this practice test. There might be other questions on there, of course, but this is the material that will be on the first test. This is how you know, okay, yep, now there's a test that I need to go and take. Here's the material on the second test. There is a practice, there's a review, so you can take that practice test, you can take that review. It does not help or hurt your score, but that will give you an idea of what types of questions that will be on the test, and it'll give you an idea of when to set those tests up with your test facility. And you can do as many of them as you want at one time, but again, I highly recommend you don't get too far into the course before you have to go back. You might forget things, and I don't want that to happen. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to click on, say, maybe mean value theorem here. You have a couple options. You can just start. So you know what? I think I got this. I remember the mean value theorem. I think I got this. You can click start. And actually, I might, because I've only got 30 seconds here, I might do one more video. Apparently, I'm long-winded on what the instruction looks like and what that piece looks like in a separate video.